All right, so this is your guys' private little quilt club video for the March quilt club. So the quilt that we're going to do is called Squared. This was the earlier version that we did about 15 years ago, and we did this one back before we were saving a more specific cut of fabric. So back when we saved kind of everything and it didn't matter and we were just using up bits, this is what we did. What we're going to show you though is to cut everything up into 2.5-inch strips. And so this particular version, you can see we went ahead and made 4 patches. We threw in some solid pieces, and then we put frames around all of them in 2 different colors. And when we do the video for everyone, I'm going to show this at the very, very end, because when we do this video that we're putting out for everyone, which is going to be on the second Monday, we're going to tell everybody that they can use a jelly roll, of course, or they can use things that they've cut up into strips. Sorry, there's going to be a whole lot of cutting things out because I keep losing my train of thought. And things that they can use up. After we did that last video about shopping through your stash, we've realized that people really do want to do that a little bit more. And so for a lot of these videos that we're doing going forward, we're going to talk about that. The 2.5-inch strips that they've already cut up, or shopping through to find things that go together. So for you guys, this is the roll, designer roll that you guys are going to get. And this time we didn't do 2 different color collections. We just did the one because it's March. And so we didn't really want to do leprechaun green, but we love this green. This is a very popular, very modern green. So this is the one that you guys are getting. And if we look up close here, what you can do is you can add pieces. If there's something out of your stash that you'd like, these are pretty basic colors. There's kind of some dark grays. There's this really cool green. There's some yellows. We put some pretty modern textures in here. This is a brand new line. We have quite a bit of this left. I think we ended up getting 3 or 4 bolts of all of these, knowing that this is what we were going to pick for you guys. And so you can do all kinds of extra pieces if you'd like, or you can do different borders. So what's going to happen is when you get this, you're going to want to cut it into 2.5-inch strips. What I'm going to do for that is I'm going to use my shape cut, of course, just to cut this whole thing up. I'm going to end up with 44 2.5-inch strips. And what you'll want to know about this particular pattern is that for every strip you have, you will be able to make 1 block. And so you can do your math that way and figure out how many blocks you want, because if you end up with 42 blocks, your blocks are going to finish at 8 inches. So if you have 6 across by 7 down, your finished quilt size is going to be 48 by 56 inches before you add any borders. If you want it to be bigger, if you did 84 blocks or 80 blocks, if you did 80 blocks, that's going to give you 8 across by 10 down, which will end up being 64 inches by 80 inches before you add any borders. So that'll help you to kind of do some math, to kind of think about whether or not you want to get 2 kits, or you want to just find some extras to add into that, or add some borders, or whatever you'd like to do. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to cut this into 2.5-inch strips. When you see that we've started the video called Squared, you'll see that I already have this cut into strips. So we'll see you soon.